Last match of the day. My name is Valdez. Join with me is Moonglade today.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. And this should be a pretty interesting game, Valdez. A pretty interesting match. I mean, BBoongBBoong, Tang, and then Myungshik. Let's see if one of these guys can claim a win against the very strong generic Green Wings. These guys are in form this round. They're currently second place, and they're looking to further their lead, as you can definitely tell with their lineup today.
Yeah, they're not holding back at all. They're not playing any of their, lower players. We're not seeing Terminator come out today. It's like they want to get a 3-0, 100%. It matters, especially with all these top teams very, very close in indicator points in terms of wins even. They want the win today, big time. And you can see on the opposite side of things, just in Prime's roster, it's like, well, in their lineup, rather, they just, I don't know, these aren't their best players. Yoda's not even playing today.
Yeah, a bit of a shock there. And it's going to be BBoongBBoong versus SOS to kick things off. Then it's going to be Tang up against Rogue. And third will be Myungshik up against Cure.
Yeah.
Not to mention in the fourth, if they get to the fourth, it's going to be Creator up against Maru. Well, going to be a bit of a rough day for Prime, I think. Let's see if they have something in store. Let's see if they can cause some upsets and shake things up. No Terror today, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Maybe in the ace match. Kappa HD.
Yeah, man. This is, I think it's going to be very one-sided. We'll have to see if they're going to play straight-up games. I would like them to, just because if they're coming out here to get experience in the booth, I don't want to see them, just go for proxies or do some kind of weird, super aggressive all-in or something. That's not how you get experience, really. You play longer games where you just try to survive as long as possible in the booth against very good opponents, and you just get more comfortable.
Sure, I agree completely. Throwing games away with potential all-ins is just not gonna do anything for anybody except to make the games very quick, which not really a good thing either. We want to see some fleshed out games here. We want to see what BBoongBBoong is capable of against someone like SOS, someone with so much experience, so many tournament wins behind him on a map like King Sejong Station. You know what? This is not SOS's best matchup either. So there's always potential there. BBoongBBoong can make it happen. Maybe.
We'll see how much he's been practicing and how much time he's been putting into StarCraft 2 these days. Maybe all the people in the Prime House are just playing the beta. They just don't even play Heart of the Swarm anymore, man. I wouldn't be surprised just because of they don't have much to work for these days, to be honest.
Well, let's be real. They're only halfway through this Pro League season. They still got half a year of Heart of the Storm to go. They better keep practicing, otherwise things are going to get a lot worse for them and a lot more demoralizing in that house. They have to practice for this, and they have to start turning things around, or it's just going to be a bad year in general.
Yeah. You said it there, Moonglade, right on the money. If they don't change something up in that house, maybe make a bit of a more...
I was about to open some water. Never mind.
That was the fastest jump in we've ever had. But like I was saying, maybe if they just try to practice harder and put more effort and time into it, maybe they can make a comeback. But they're kind of behind the 8-ball as it stands right now, and today is not any different.
They're minus 13 in indicator?
Mm-hmm. Minus 13, 0-5.
Yep.
Yeah. Not so good.
It's going to be a bit of a mission to come back into this, even from now. Doing this badly in round 2.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for them to even kind of get traction from here on, even if they start winning these games.
Yeah.
It's
for sure.
Things are looking dire already for Prime.
They've pretty much already secured their 8th place spot, unless they do a little bit better than StarTale-yoe. But that would require a win. We're starting off with BBoongBBoong here, who is 0-3. 0-1 versus Parados.
Gave Flash one of his comeback wins.
That's his rise to fame here in round number 2.
Gave him a rise to fame. I gave Flash that win that brought him back from the slump.
Yeah. Wolf had likely mentioned that this guy's been around for a long time. His name used to be B4 or something like that.
He used to do well in GSTL back in the day, 4.5 years ago, when he beat that MVP player.
Wolf would know, man. Wolf, he'd put it all on the table. We'd be like, oh my god, how do you remember that?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, here's SOS. The reason his win ratio isn't that good is because he was experimenting a lot with different builds, crazy 2-base all-in type of tech, carrier rush.
This guy was a mad
insane.
scientist in PvZ for a little while until I'm sure he had a bit of an intervention in his team house. We're like, you got to actually just play normal, man, because you are amazing, one of the best Protosses in the world. Bring it back.
We saw him beat, I think, Losira, was it, recently?
Yeah, that's right.
And he made it look easy. He looked like he was coming back. Like, everything finally came together for him. But let's see what he can do here in game number 1. Let's jump into it right now. Down here in the bottom right in the purple, the prime color, it is BBoongBBoong.
And up here in the top left, it is SOS. Let's see how things open up here, Valdez. You know, this is a big map, so I doubt we're going to see any sort of early shenanigans from the Zerg at least. No, none of these 9 pools on this map.
Yeah, please no.
Could see a cannon rush from SOS though. You know, he loves to do that. We have a look at some fans in the crowd. It's date night, Tuesday night date night
at the Nexon Arena.
Yeah,
not a bad idea.
Well, he could have chosen to bet in a Playday night. I gotta say.
Yeah,
she's not gonna be happy. She might be happy if she doesn't like games. She just gets home early. Big guy, SOS, $sign or $sign. He's got to start making more of the money before we can start calling him that again, I think.
Well,
it's been a while since he's jumped on the money train and won another tournament.
Maybe that's what happened to him, man. He just kind of got lax. He was like, well, I was very successful. I got a lot of money. I'm very comfortable. And now let me just take a little break. It's all good.
Yeah, definitely could have afforded to. But, it is another year here.
We're going to see this 14-14 out of BBoongBBoong.
All right.
This is okay. I like this.
Yeah, I do enjoy this opening a lot more these days. This map, though, we'll have to see if it works out.
We're going to see an Nexus first from SOS.
Could be the best thing he ever imagined. Really nice play from, really nice decision-making from BBoongBBoong.
Really like this. SOS, he has to get a scout down. He has to go for the scout. Okay, he finally does after making the Nexus. But he's also got to try to get up a wall here as fast as possible. Let's see what the follow-up is. He's going to add a gateway. That's not at the wall.
Yeah, it's not the place you want it to be. I'm sure it doesn't look like SOS really would be expecting this kind of rush. Oh, yeah. Not really rush, sorry. This kind of build order from BBoongBBoong.
Observer pointing out that sometimes to be safe, they make a pylon towards the ramp, and then they put the gateway there just in case they have to wall off. Maybe they cancel the Nexus if some kind of build like this is coming out.
Yeah, well, you can put his cyber there at the very least, right?
Yeah, that is true. He's actually adding a pylon over there, so.
Yeah. Okay, he's going to see, he's like, oh, you're going for the 14-14 build, okay. Yep. What is your reaction here, SOS? Are you going to cancel that Nexus? You're going to go for one base? You're going to try and hold it? You're going to throw down a Forge, perhaps? As we have seen in the past, that is a reaction. Very common. Something? Not yet. Not yet, says SOS.
Cyber.
Kind
of confident to hold this one off.
I guess so.
Let's see how much BBoongBBoong commits to this. He's going to make 10 lings total so far. 6 already out on the map.
There's a Forge. Okay. So we'll, throw down a cannon in due time.
And some Zealots to protect. I like this. I think he's going to be able to hold this off. Nexus already complete.
Yeah. I think he needs to get that mothership off. Out ASAP. One of the harder things. Only 4 lings at the moment, so he can actually fight that with the Zealot. Cannot really go around separate ways, so he's got to keep them all together. Link can pick them off.
There's that Mothership Core being chrono boosted out right now. I think 2 Zealots are out as well. One of them probably holding the ramp. Some decent micro here to BBoongBBoong, just trying to get as much damage done to that Nexus.
Yeah, and there's that first cannon. Speed's finished though. He's going to block it. Ooh, now the Mothership's out, so he's not going to find much besides a couple of probes probably. Not even going to cancel that cannon yet.
He gets 2 probes.
Okay. And behind this, we actually see 2 hatcheries go down, so he's going to go straight into a macro game from here.
Wow, that is a huge scout, by the way. That 1 probe, hero probe. Gonna see that 3rd hatchery coming down, and he should know that there's just no pressure behind these lings.
Yeah, that is something else. Wouldn't it be funny if you tried to cannon it? You just like so random. It like works.
Well, the thing about that would be that BBoongBBoong doesn't have an overlord over there. He would have no idea.
Yeah, but still, like, you could just make it a million speed links to probably deal with it. Unless you got, like, 3 cannons down.
And even at that point, would it be worth it?
Probably not. Probably not, but it'd be funny.
Yeah.
And it would be like classic SOS.
Yeah.
So SOS stabilized, not taking much damage. Ahead in workers even. So he's doing pretty well for himself. Can also, because he went for that early forge, go for a very early +1 attack.
Okay, so BBoongBBoong has the scout there on that probe, but he didn't actually kill it. He just ran by it.
Let it live.
Yep. He's like, it's fine.
It's harmless. Probe stays alive. Ling's are going to find it.
Okay, they finally realize he's going to go down. I really want to see what the follow-up is here for SOS, because for BBoongBBoong, it's like, okay, you win for those 3 hatcheries. You got yourself a lot of map control, which opened that up for you. And you're making some queens. You're looking to defend, but what is the Protoss going to do to try to shut that down?
I think from here, he simply goes for the +1 3-gate expand. Ooh, is he going to recall or just going to let him go? Guess he's going to let him go. Probably
Nice
for the
micro.
best. Probably for the best.
Nice micro from BBoongBBoong. You guys can't see it because we don't have health bars, but a lot of those Zerglings in the red.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, I think it's going to be, he's going to warp in a bunch of sentries, go for 3-gate expand with +1, and probably go into, the whole Blink Stalker sentry sort of style and try and close it out with that. That'd be the one that makes sense from here. As I say that he's adding 4 gateways. Maybe a little bit more aggressive.
How many does he have out on the map already?
He's got 2 out already, and he's adding 4 more.
So he's going to have 6.
That's essentially an all-in.
Maybe he just fakes a 3rd Nexus and goes all in with, some kind of +1 6-gate timing.
Yeah, he's got a probe on the map. If he can find a nice pylon position for it, though, is the other question. I don't think the Zerg actually saw it with the Zelnaga tower. So this is actually really dangerous for BBoongBBoong.
Yep, hugely dangerous. He's droning up right now. 6 extra drones. He's going up to already over 60 drones.
And you know what? There is no Roach Warren, so it's going to have to be pure Lings against +1 mass gateway units.
Oh, that Hydra Den is not going to be up in time.
Ooh,
I'm sorry, BBoongBBoong.
Oh, we're going to let that one go. Keeps the probe alive. And things are looking horrible. He has to warp in a lot of Zealots to deal with this many Zerglings there.
Yeah, for sure. One thing that BBoongBBoong could try to do is surround that big ball of sentries, try to make them force some early force fields down here before the fight happens, but
that'd be probably the best idea, right? Like, try and expel as many force fields as he can, force them out to defend simply sentries before the fight even breaks open. Just see a couple of spines in the midway there. And oh, look at this. So many Stalkers being warped in. I don't know if I agree with that.
There are just like so many Lings out on the map right now. 42.
He's running out of time. 9 Hydras on the way. 10 Hydras now. He needs to find the damage and then maybe even transition. And we already are seeing the transition there. Twilight Council.
I think he could just get this 3rd hatchery and recall.
Yeah, he has to.
Maybe just pick off some Hydras, He's already lost all of his pylons here, so I think this is the best bet.
Yeah, definitely has to. He even has to be careful of the counterattack from here, but there's going to be a lot of Hydras on the map, and they are going to have range fairly soon as well.
He's just waiting, man. Trying to destroy that egg.
Wants to deal with whatever's in that egg. He's like, oh, I see. Overlord. He can even just walk home and try and save all the energy he can on the mothership. I think it'd be a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Or he can actually just stay here and counterattack if he ever sees the Zerg leave the base.
And then recall if they get too far across the map.
Yeah, exactly. He can cancel the 3rd, then recall before the Zerg's even at his base. And from there, he's got like a decent position to defend in.
Yeah, it's just 8 Hydras.
It's not much. Not much at all.
Saw 4 Stalkers being warped in here, but not sure where that pylon is. Maybe it's just back at the base.
Yeah, that's back at the base.
See that attack coming in here, and he's doing exactly what you said, Linglade.
Yeah, it's a good maneuver. Still a while before Blink's finished, though, so he's going to be a bit of an awkward position with these Stalkers at home. But BBoongBBoong actually is simply going to turn around.
He's going to lose his 3rd hatch again. At least he does get the cancel down. But again, with the option of the recall, this is just,
this is power.
It's so safe for SOS to do this. He's never in any danger unless he gets his mothership core sniped.
Yeah, he can actually force field up here and get out. Oh, he's going to get a Hydra for his troubles.
Almost got 2 there, man.
He should probably recall out now.
Yeah, SOS, I think you're pushing this a little bit too far.
This is kind of dangerous. Oh, he's going to get a lot of Lings there. So I guess that's not half bad either.
Yeah?
He's like, maybe I should leave. Maybe.
He's just delaying this so much. He's buying so much time to get the third base up.
He's buying like infinity time right now.
Oh my god.
Shaving off so many of these lings. He's going to live forever.
52 lings have gone down.
And while this is all happening, he's massing Stalkers at home, getting that third base up, getting +2, and Blink finished.
And BBoongBBoong is just trying to force the issue, but you can't get up that ramp with that many sentries.
Yeah, you're never going to get up there. And he actually just gives up after throwing away most of his lings. He's like, maybe I should counterattack now. And there's that recall, finally.
You can easily recall he's got his first Colossus popping out. And just so many gateway units at the same time. Right now, 3-base to a 2-base Zerg. He's just now trying to get that third base up once again.
Yeah, he's really kind of messed up BoongBoong's stride here. He's just completely mind-gated him with the, the counterattack canceling the third base. Now BoongBoong is in such a horrible place in composition, in economy, in supply, like in every single way, like BoongBoong is behind.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, SOS has controlled this game from the very beginning. Well, actually, I guess that 14 pool was like the very beginning. But
the very beginning.
After that.
But even then, like, it didn't do anything, right?
No.
It just didn't do anything.
Just a joke second Spire there at a BoongBoong. He's like, nope, just kidding.
Just playing.
Here we go, big Blink here. Going to catch out a bunch of lings before the fight even comes down. He's going to make 4 mutas. 4 mutas.
4 mutas on the way at the most intense time. I mean, as this Death Ball moves across the map with Mass Blink, Stalker, and Colossi.
4 mutas aren't going to do anything. He needs to pick off like every single Stalker right now, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, he probably should have made a better choice. Maybe even Corruptors to try and get rid of these 2 Colossi, which is pretty much the biggest thorn in his side, dealing with this kind of composition.
I guess he may just attempt a counterattack, but he doesn't even have enough mutas to do that. At this point, SOS is just pushing forward. He's like, why don't you have units? It's like, oh, you're making mutas. You're transitioning into mutas right now when you didn't have a third base for this long. This should just be an easy cleanup for SOS. And now he's trying to fight here.
There's just no bank either, right? Like, he went into muta switch with no bank. So it's like, I did make 4 mutas. Now I'm making a few more for this army that has mass anti-air with +2. GG.
GG.
Okay. Well, that's game 1 down.
Yep.
SOS cleaning up BoongBoong. BoongBoong getting really behind just with the build order from the start, not finding any sort of traction with the 14-14.
Yeah. SOS, though, just abusing what the Protoss can do there with the Mothership Core. Like, very, very smart play out of that guy. I can't really say the same from his opponent. And SOS doesn't look too impressed himself. So that kind of tells you the story. He's like, all right, first one down, 2 to go. Yeah. We're going to jump into Tang Tang versus Rogue up here in game number 2.
And hey, man, Tang Tang, he did defeat Zest once upon a time in the, I believe it was GSL Code A qualifiers.
Oh, yeah, that did happen.
That actually happened last season, so there is potential there. Tang Tang, we haven't really seen Tang Tang play much at all besides that, besides the last time he was in Pro League. Has been a while since then, actually. See what he can do. Maybe he can cause an upset against Rogue. Rogue also been playing a little bit badly in recent times. He did go down 0-3 to Hurricane in Star League just the other week.
Yeah. Look at this. Myungshik kind of just schooling his Dongsang here, telling him what he did wrong. BoongBoong's like, yep, I know. And hopefully next game.
What is the Dongsang for everyone that doesn't know at home, Valdez?
Just a younger sibling.
All right. Got to clear that up, man, because it sounds like something else.
You know, I didn't even think about that, Moonblade. Thanks for clearing that up.
You're welcome, buddy.
And, yeah. Nothing dirty, just your younger brother. But usually in Korea, you can kind of control him and tell him to do whatever you want because you're the young. And you got to listen to your elders over here. That is the culture. And Myungshik, I know him. He's very, very talkative, outgoing guy. I'm sure he's, very generous with his advice to his Dongsangs.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. He's a very cool guy. And there we go. Tang Tang versus Rogue coming up next. It's going to be on Merry-Go-Round.